Soul Family? It's your girl Gabby, the Divine Pioneer. Welcome back to my channel. So, I want to challenge you all to question everything. Everything that you've ever been told, everything that you've been taught in school, everything that your religion that you grew up in taught you. I'm challenging you now to question everything. The reason we need to have this conversation is because the earth is moving from 3D to 5D. And a lot of us are not going to be prepared. And the shift is happening now. It's almost going to be like malfunctioning. People are going to stop operating in what they're used to. And then some people are just going to graduate to a new level. And when I say a new level, I mean a new level of consciousness and your awareness. So what you need to do is take a lot of time to yourself to reflect on everything that has made you who you are today. And that doesn't mean you're going to have a mental health breakdown. It doesn't mean you're going to just fall apart because you now, are having some sort of identity crisis because you don't know who you are. Remember who you are. But remember all the things that were added to you. What did you come into this existence knowing? What did you come here with? And then think of everything that was added to you, everything that was taught to you. Does it still resonate today? This is a massive question that we all need to start asking ourselves now. Because when the shift happens, a lot of people are not going to survive it. Okay? And that might mean you may be stuck and stagnant, operating on a low vibrational frequency. You may not be here physically anymore. Who knows? But in order for you to elevate and grow with this energy, you need to remove any untruths, anything that doesn't resonate with you, regardless to what it is. If it still resonates with you, then you take it with you. If it does not, then you leave it behind. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. For example, it could be a belief about God. Whatever you believe God to be. It could be that you believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Okay. Well, there's other people that believe in, Allah, right? And all of that's all well and good because, an ascended master is an ascended master, okay? And that's what I believe Jesus Christ was. But what I can tell you is that there are other realities, there are other belief systems that are, gaining traction based on, scientific evidence, based on the data. For example, do your homework or always research what somebody else is telling you. Always do your own research. But if you know anything about the creation of us human beings, if we go back to that creation story, the dominant story is, Adam and Eve, that whole rabbit hole. However, look into the Anunnaki, okay? And the Anunnaki were basically an alien race of people. This is another belief. That alien race of people basically created human beings and mixed our DNA with, if I'm not mistaken, apes, cavemen, right? So if you go back to that whole caveman theory, the apes were basically injected with this Anunnaki DNA, creating this kind of like caveman, with limited understanding, but, they were good with their hands and they knew how to, do things. And the reason why we were created, based on Anunnaki history, is so that we could be slaves and mine gold, so they can bring that gold back to their planet, because their planet's atmosphere was damaged due to some war they had, and they had to get the gold from planet Earth, because I guess it was the closest planet that had that amount of resources that they need. I mean, I love reading about this stuff and researching it. To be honest, it resonated with me way more than anything I ever read in the Bible. Just saying. But, you know, when you think about all the different histories, you know, things that parallel each other, things that predate each other before Christ, you know what I'm saying? Isis and Osiris, you know what I'm saying? Just really do your own research. Understand that what you was taught may not necessarily be the truth, and that's okay. Because whoever taught you, they probably taught you what they were taught, and it was in the purest form of love and light, and they wanted to give you guidance, and they wanted to give you hope and faith and love and everything. However, the story may not be true. You know, a lot of people get triggered when you start to talk about things that go against the Bible. But I want you to remember that the Bible was written and translated so many times. Okay? It was really created almost like out of a political stance, to have a church to, you know, teach people in a certain way based on that version. For example, King James Version. You know what I'm saying? He wrote his version and omitted certain things that didn't go with his will. You know what I'm saying? It's just words on paper. Any of us can write a book. Okay? But when you mix God into the mix, it becomes this holy, sanctified thing, and people think it's without error. There are books of the Bible that have been omitted. There are so many different truths that have been lost in translation. Just the translating of the words in the book alone changes the entire meaning of what you are professing and what you are worshiping. So I just ask you, be mindful. Challenge everything. Ask questions. Do your research. Stop, you know, it's in 2025, folks. Stop just accepting everything that's said to you as ultimate truth. You know what I'm saying? Challenge your children to do the same. Don't just feed them what you've learned thus far, because you could be wrong. More information comes out all the time, and then you have to change your perception. If you're smart, nobody knows everything, right? So if you're smart, you'll change your perception. If you're smart, you do your research and you incorporate what you now know. So encourage your children, that's the next generation, so that they cannot be brainwashed sheeple. You understand? It's important, because the way that this planet is shifting, your consciousness and your awareness needs to be at a high vibration. Because if it's not, I don't know what's going to happen to you, but I know it's probably not going to be good. If you're still stuck in a low vibration and you're still stuck in a mindset where you're not integrating anything new, you're stuck on the Old Testament or what have you, you're not going to make it. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. And I usually come on this channel and I'm like super, you know, high energy, and I'm happy and everything else. Not that I'm not right now, but I'm being serious with y'all. Stop the sheeple activity. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but I think I'm gonna put sheeple in it. Because, bro, raise your awareness now. Your consciousness needs to be able to accept multitudes of new information. You need to be able to use common sense. Okay? Utilize your common sense. We came here knowing everything that we need to know. We just need to remember who we are. So rely on that and trust in yourself. When something doesn't feel right, don't just keep being fed bullshit. Challenge it. Question it. I can remember when I first started going to church on my own, when I wasn't forced to go by my family. I was in Bible study asking a trillion fucking questions and damn near got put out of church. Because they was like, listen, we don't want to talk about how, incest populated humanity. I'm just like, bro, we can talk about this shit. This don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But, regardless, bless everybody's heart who is still believing what they was taught and, just following along with, what the church says and stuff like that. God bless y'all. Seriously. And I mean that in all honesty, love and light to you all. And I'm just hoping that there's an inkling of awareness, an inkling of your consciousness from the spirit realm. That there is some kind of spirit, some ancestor communicating with you. And that you can listen for just a few seconds and tap into that and ask a question. And if that answer does not make sense to you, I'm hoping you could do some research. Okay? Everybody is not meant to be waking up in this lifetime, unfortunately. You're going to have people around you, especially if you're the person who has the higher consciousness in your friend group, in your family group, and, whatever spaces you operate in, and those people around you are not aware or awakened yet. You have to exercise an amount of patience with other people, because you can't just shatter their world, in an instant. You can't feed a baby a steak, like Dolores Cannon said. Okay, so be mindful on how you share what you know, and make sure that the person is open to receive it. You can't just be giving out information to people who are not chosen. You know what I'm saying? The chosen ones have a heavy weight to bear. We always have. So we have to mindfully give people what they can handle little by little until they can handle more. Until they can now go on their own quest. You understand? But we have to wake each other up. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck on this karmic wheel. You know what I'm saying? Of reincarnation coming back here. And we can raise the vibration and the frequency of this planet faster if we help each other. Each one teach one. Okay? Don't gatekeep this information. But don't, give it to people irresponsibly. With great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. I wasn't supposed to make this video this long. At any rate, I'm going to leave you one more thing. The universe conspires on your behalf to give you all things that you need and want. And all good things come to you in divine order and divine timing. In love and light.